thank you for a very interesting morning what we had about fraud.
Thanks for you guys.
What is your feelings about these arrangements what we have going on here in EK Cruise?
Okay, I think it's great that you get 200 security managers coming to talk about really interesting things. I think it would have been great if we have 200 security managers wanting to be fraud detectives. Having 20 in the morning was brilliant, and I think in the afternoon when we do the pub quiz, there's a bit of fraud detectiveness in that as well. So then we should have 200 security managers learning, and I think security managers are the top fraud detectives in the future.
When we are talking about the fraud, it comes also that once we are security people, there's a lot of issues what we start to think of. First of all, there's some mentioning that the trust is a new currency. How we should think once you are facing so much with the frauds?
Okay.
How we should think about the trust in the future?
Okay.
With your background.
Look at it completely differently. Trust we should always have. I think we demonstrated in that room today, you've got 20 of the top people in Finland when it comes to security in a room. Everyone's a criminal and everyone's not a criminal. I think we've got to look at the dichotomy, that's the paradox, that we all do stupid things, but we still trust each other. So I think trust is critical to know. But at the same time, we should look at it that we should trust everyone, but we can't trust anyone. At the same, you can do that. When you get an email from someone that looks like it's coming from someone, okay, you trust it's from them. But at the same time, there's a little bit of you that's curious to say, hang on a second, that person wrote to me from a different account. It may not be that person. So you're not mistrusting that person, you're saying, I'm mistrusting that something else might be going on. So we have to have a healthy, curious attitude. I don't think we should mistrust. We should just be curious. And I think that's what makes a good fraud detective. Fraud is so common.
Be curious.
Yeah.
Making questions.
Yeah, it's like saying, we trust everyone not to drop litter, but you walk around the streets and you see litter everywhere. Now, if you're of a certain breed of Finn, like a true one, you might say, oh, it must be the foreigners. But we all know that Finns will drop litter. Finns are trustworthy people. The problem is it's not about dropping the litter, it's about who picks it up. If you see litter on the ground, you pick it up. If you see fraud, you don't say, well, everyone's trustworthy, so because we're living in Iceland before 2008. You actually say, something is going wrong. Let's deal with the problem first and not make it a personal issue to start with. So we don't actually change that. I trust a lot of people who I know have done fraudulent things because I know
you actually open up a very interesting point there. Trust needs to be earned. You know those people, but do you think that
I know people who've done fraud that I would trust with looking after my child? Because I know they're good people, basically that crossed the line once. The people that have done something bad and admitted to it are often some of the most trustworthy people. It's the people who hide and hide and hide who are the ones who maybe get a bit worried about the person that you just have no idea what they're really thinking or doing. I might not trust them to look after my child.
Do you think that the perception for the fraud is increasing or decreasing if you have meeting these people? That often these frauds has happened that it's just a paper and it comes to the accounting and that kind of things. If you know the people, is it helping it or making worse?
Only helping it, because it's about my walk on the dark side thing. Is if you're sitting in a legal office and all you know is paper, you don't understand that there's a human being behind everything. Very, very few people are what I call pathological criminals. Most people are just normal human beings like me and you who do things. Once you see a human face, it's not that you have any more, you have some sympathy and empathy, but at the same time you understand the method. If you just look at paperwork, which sometimes auditors do, you don't see the human face behind it. Also, once you're interviewing a fraudster that's done something, they will eventually talk about what they've done. I've a couple of cases recently where the person opened up to all the other things that are going on, plus what they'd done, plus more that we didn't know about, and put a human face on it. The understanding that we got of what was going on in that company was way more if we'd not met the person. But it was interesting. We found one thing about the person. The lawyer said, under German law, we can just have this person dismissed. We don't have to tell him anything. That's the easiest way. And I said, that's not human. 99% sure we know that this person had a conviction and lied about it, but we don't know the 1%. And the 1% was very interesting. And sometimes I feel that hard attitude you don't learn anything. And I think it makes you become more aware when you meet a person.
That's right. How about today we talk about very much espionage, corporate espionage. Have you found out the connections with the fraud and espionage in your
It's
years?
not my strength, But what I have seen is lots of companies outsource services to consultants and IT companies and everything else. The best way to get into a company is to already be inside. So sometimes it's like getting an employee in is a long process. And these days we don't have time because we're actually wanting something that's there now and it's fresh goods.
Yeah.
So we want it now. So the best way to get in is a consultant. So sometimes, and also they're good pressure points because a consultant has less loyalty. So technology, secrets, management information, all that, often trusted outsiders who are on the inside are a very good pressure point. Sometimes kids working with them, I say kids, people at the age of 20 to 30 working with IT can also be good pressure points because sometimes they don't really have got it in place what their life should be about yet.
That's right. Okay, last question. Because we are security people, this is security related cruises what we are now. How you would consider that fraud prevention and security goes with the line, that how they would connect and how this fraud prevention would help the security people carry out their own jobs?
Well, I think it goes back to what I was saying in the seminar. Security people are probably the ones who have met the most criminals. They've met white-collar criminals, they've met violent people, it all hangs together. The knowledge that they have to bring back to the organisation to work with maybe financial people and legal people who have maybe not met as many people. I think that security people is one very important part of a team to make the management more aware that fraud and corruption is just normal.
Yeah.
That external people are always trying to rip us off, sometimes with the help of internal people, and security people should be actually sitting up there with the financial people, with the legal people, with the compliance people saying, let's talk about this as one voice to the management. Not 3, 4, 5 different voices to the management. Let's have one unified voice.
Let's have a great joint conclusions and great visions together.
And do something, not tick boxes.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Nigel. Nice to have you in this cruise.
Thanks a lot.